How many times has Gordon played here? I think it's 176. Is that the number? 176. The rest of us are far behind.
Gordon perfected the craft of writing and performing, and he was really good at it. He's a world-renowned artist and a world-renowned singer-songwriter. To me, today sort of feels like an extension of Gordon's funeral. This is Gord's house, so I always feel like I'm coming home when I'm playing at Massey Hall.
It's an honor and a privilege to be honoring Gordon Lightfoot twice in 1 year. Along with AllisonRussell, we got to do the in memoriam to Gordon Lightfoot at the Junos, and I remember being quite nervous the whole time. As the night went on, we were at a hotel lobby. Gordon Lightfoot's wife walked up to me and said, "My husband would have been really proud of what you guys did tonight." I chose to play Looking at the Rain. Kind of wanted to find a song that people wouldn't jump to immediately. You know, that song spoke a lot to what I was kind of experiencing at that moment in time. He was going through a relationship change, and so was I. Yeah, so it's just interesting to put yourself in some other person's shoes when it's kind of the same shoes in a certain way.
Looking at the rain, feeling the pain of love lost running through my brain. Looking at the wind, watching it spin the leaves along the street. You win, you win. Waiting for a line to fall, telling you it's all a big mistake. Looking at your face, so out of place inside that picture frame of lace. Looking at the wall, wishing you would call just to tell me that you're okay. It's all, it's all. Wishing this was all a dream, and I find you sleeping when I wake. Looking at the trees, so ill at ease from a sleep that will not come. It's me. Looking at the dawn, knowing it's wrong, still thinking of your love. It's gone, it's gone. Wishing this was all a dream, and I find you sleeping when I wake. Lost in the rain, feeling the pain of love lost running through my brain. Looking at the wind, watching it spin the leaves along the street. You win, you win, you win. Waiting for a line to fall, telling you it's all a big mistake, but the words won't come. And I know I feel the same, and I know I feel the same, and I know I feel the same, and I know I feel find you sleeping when I wake, looking at the rain.
Well, thank you, everyone. What a huge honor to be here celebrating the incredible Gordon Lightfoot from Aurelia, Ontario. And, would you believe I got to spend 2 brief but very fulfilling, beautiful moments around Gordon, and he was so kind and inclusive and loving towards me. I was backstage at the beautiful Mariposa Folk Festival, and I didn't even have this facial hair yet, and I had the audacity to go up and say hi to the incredible Gordon. He was so full of love and just made me feel so at home, just like his songs do, and just like we're here tonight in the house that Gordon built. Doesn't it feel incredible? I love the song. It really speaks to where I am these days. It's an answer to the questions, and I think it's gonna live for a long, long time. Go first in the world, forth with your fears. Remember, a price must be paid. Be always too soon, never too fast, the time when all bets must be laid. Beware of the darkness, be kind to your children. Remember the woman who waits. And the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger who stands at your gate. When you're caught by the gale and you're full under sail, beware of the dangers below. And the song that you sing should not be too sad. Be sure not to sing it too slow. Be calm in the face of all common disgraces and know what they're doing it for. And the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger who stands at your door. When you're out on the road and feeling quite lost, consider the burden of fame. And he who is wise will not criticize when other men fail at the game. Beware of strange faces in dark, dingy places. Be careful while bending the law. And the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger who stands at your door. What a beautiful message, to be all right. I wish I knew this song when I was a younger man. Thank you for this next verse, Gord. Thank you. When you're down in the dumps, not ready to deal, decide what it is that you need. Is it money or love? Is it learning to live? Or is it the mouth you must feed? Be known as a man who will always be candid on questions that do not relate. And the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger who stands at your gate. Oh, the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger who stands at your gate. One time for Gordon, yeah, let's try it. Oh, the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger who stands at your gate. Thank you, Gordon. Thanks, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Meredith Moon.
We opened for my dad in 2022 on some shows across Canada, and the set list changed every night pretty much, but my dad would say every night, he would say, "You make sure you put that slow-moving train song on that set." So this was a song of mine that he liked, so I figured I'd play it for you all, because if he's here, which I think he probably is, he would maybe want to hear it tonight too. I don't know.
Seems like only yesterday I was dipping my paddle in old Cache Bay, and the white pine lined the shore far as I could see. But now the ground is cold and wet, and the leaves are piled around the shed, and I'm just as lonesome as I could ever be. And time rolls on like a slow moving train. You ever get that feeling when the little things lose their meaning, like all you've ever had is done and gone? Like the days are your enemies and all the hours in between, and you dread the sight of another dawn. And time rolls on like a slow moving train. There was a time when you let me in and made me feel alive again, and love like June, radiating lilac perfume, and it came in like the autumn, babe, when you threw away the love we made, and now I know that train's coming down the track. And time rolls on like a slow moving train. Tell me, Alice. There was a time when my drinking helped me process what I was thinking, took away my blue, made my hands play. But now the time is coming past like nothing good ever lasts, and everyone has gone away. And time rolls on like a slow moving train.
Thank you.
I heard you talking in your sleep. Is there anything that I can do? I don't believe we've had a word all day about anything at all. I heard you talking in the night. That's right, yes, I heard you call. I heard you softly whisper. I reached out to hold you near me. Then from your lips came that secret I was not supposed to know. I heard you talking in your sleep. Is there anything that I can do? I don't believe we've had a word all day about anything at all. I heard you talking in the night. That's right, yes, I heard you call. I could hardly hear the name you spoke. It's a name I don't recall.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
If you're a singer-songwriter in this country, you get compared to Gordon on some note. So
Yeah.
I think it feels like a full circle moment. Any songwriter will tell you all of his songs were worked for.
He was one of the first people that spoke and wrote about being from Canada, talking about where he came from.
Almost like branding Canadiana in
Yeah.
its own way. When I think of the titan that Gordon is and what a beautiful challenge it is to sing one of Gordon's songs. This is one of those occasions that we like to rise to.
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet, you know that ghost is me. And I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sells. Then you reach the part where the heartaches come. The hero would be me, but heroes often fail. And you won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Enter number two, a movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. I never thought I could act this way, and I've gotta say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. Oh. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a
castle dark or a fortress strong, with chains upon my feet, stories always end. And if you read between the lines, you'll know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you like. I never thought I could feel this way, and I've gotta say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. No, just can't get it back. No, you just can't get it back. Just can't get it back. Just can't get it back. Just can't get it back.
Serena, Ryder.
Meredith Moon.
I've been Gordon's bass player for 55 years, well, 56 now. In March 1969, we were booked in here for 6 or 7 days, and we recorded Sunday concert live in Massey Hall. That's a huge memory for me, and a lot of people really still love that album. We played here so many times. It never got old. It was always very exciting. As a band leader, he always worked harder than he asked anyone else to work. He was a great leader, so I hope I've learned that from him. Because the Lightfoot Band is going to continue on, and we're going to keep doing the songs of Gordon Lightfoot as long as people will have us.
I was going to say if Gord was here, but there's no doubt I feel in my heart that Gord was here right now. And if he could speak, he would say, 1, 2, 3, 4. All you need is time. All you need is time, time, time to make it bend. Give it a try, don't be rude. Put it to the test and I'll give it right back to you. It's cold on the shoulder, and you know that you get a little older every day. Kick it around, take it to town. Try to defy what you feel inside. You better be strong, your love belongs to us. It's cold on the shoulder, and you know that you get a little older every day. All you need is trust. All you need is trust, trust, trust to make it show. I don't want to know everything you've done. If you got a tip, then tell it to the folks you know. It's cold on the shoulder, and you know that you get a little older every day. It's cold on the shoulder, and you know that you get a little older every day. don't you make it twice. It's cold on the shoulder, and you know that you get a little older every day. It's cold on the shoulder, and you know that you get a little older every day. It's cold on the shoulder, and you know that you get a little older, so they say. It's cold on the shoulder, and you know that you get a little older every day.
What a great evening. It's such a pleasure to be here. And these guys right here. These are the guys that were with Gordon from the beginning. And I'm so honored to be up here with the legendary Lightfoot Band. They're incredible. You know, Barry back there gave me my first start. He was moonlighting as a A&R guy for RCA and got me in the studio, gave me free studio time when I was a 16, 17-year-old, and Barry wasn't much older, maybe 22, 23. So, you know, when I was so honored, you know, with inducting Gordon into the Singer-Songwriter Hall of Fame, and I did the speech, and Gordon was suffering a stomach ailment at the time, and we were all pretty worried about him. We didn't think he'd be there. We were told he wouldn't be there. And I sung Early Morning Rain, and I was scared shitless because Sylvia was right down in front, and she had Gordon's first hit with Ian Tyson, the great late Ian Tyson, with Early Morning Rain. And I did the speech, and the induction speech, and I looked over the side because everybody's gasping. I said it must have been a pretty good speech, but I look over, and there's with a big shit-eating grin was Gordon Lightfoot on the side of the stage. He's looking pretty darn good. So, anyways, Barry Harvey, the late great Barry Harvey, who was his manager, yeah, wonderful guy. He said, you know, Gordon reads that speech often because you compared him to a painter, and you compared him to the Group of Seven, and that's the way he thought of himself. But I also said, you know, every time I go out in Georgian Bay, Gordon's beloved Georgian Bay, one of his songs comes wafting through my head. And this one, more often than any other song, we're going to do it right now. And I hope to God, Gordon, I remember all the words. All right, boys, let's do this.
Legend lives on from the Chippewa down the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up a dead, and the skies of November turn gloomy. Load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. Good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was a pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As big freighters go, she was bigger than most, with a captain well seasoned and crew. Concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Later that night when the ship's bells rang, could it be the north wind they've been feeling? The wind and the wires made a tattletale sound, and the wave broke over the railing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. When supper time came, the old cook came on deck, saying, fellas, it's too rough to feed you. At 7 p.m. the main hatchway caved in. He said, fellas, it's been good to know you. The captain wired in, he had water coming in. The good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night, when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd just put 50 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. But all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. The Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of Icewater Mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. Islands and bays for sportsmen. Farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go, as the mariners all know, with the gears of November they'll remember. Musty old hall in Detroit they prayed, in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Legend lives on from the Chippewa on down, big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up or dead when the gales of November come early.
It's a pretty monumental thing to try to encapsulate, I think, a man like him and his music and his career. You almost feel like a responsibility to the lineage of what he laid down for people like myself. You know, people like him and Neil and Joni are the reason that I get to sing and play an acoustic guitar on stage. I've spent, you know, 2 decades and plus writing songs from my heart and soul, and I think Gordon was, you know, one of the forefathers of just doing that thing. And so to be here as a part of this celebration of his musical catalog is incredible, and I feel deeply honored to be singing one of his songs with his band.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream. She don't always say what she really means. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. I can picture every move that a man could make. Getting lost in her loving was your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping around my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again.
Please put your hands together. Burton Cummings, everybody.
If I hadn't been asked to be here, I would have flown in to be here tonight. This is a very special night. This is from the 60s, early in Gordon's life, career. I always loved this song.
If you got it, don't lose it, girl, it's got to be the one creative thing that's left for
and keep it cool, don't let it die. You may only see it once, don't let it pass you by, pass you by, pass you by, don't let it die.
Pretty sure it was when I first performed here with my solo band. And most people know that Gordon had these reserved seats that were about 7 rows back on stage right. And so if you're playing and you're looking like, oh my God, Gordon's here. The next day, I answered the phone and it was Gordon. And he just started talking about the show and how do you keep 2 bands going and is it hard? And you know, in that way he talked, that's gotta be difficult. You know, there's a lot of band members you got to look after. And I don't know what, I just want to call my wife. So I'm talking to Gordon Lightfoot. He was really supportive of people that he saw that he liked, and especially Canadian musicians. He'd come see them here at Massey Hall, or he'd go see them at another club. Now that's the kind of stuff that really endears you to a whole community of musicians. I trust he knew how important he was to us and his songs were to us.
Well, I got my mail late last night. Letter from a girl who found the time to ride to a lonely boy somewhere in the night. She sent me a railroad ticket to take me to her loving arms, and the big steel rail gonna carry me home to the one I love. Well, I've been out here many long days, haven't found a place that I could call my home. On a 2-bit bed, lay my body on. I've been tied up, I've been dragged down, I've been dragged into the sand, and the big steel rail gonna carry me home to the one I love.
Well, I've been uptight most every night, walking along the streets of this old town. Not a friend around to tell my troubles to. Car broke down cause it did all down, cause I drove it into the ground, and the big steel rail gonna carry me home to the one I love. I look over yonder across the plain, big drive wheels are pounding into the ground. Gonna get on board and I'll be homeward bound. I ain't had a home-cooked meal, Lord, I could use one now, and the big steel rail gonna carry me home to one I love.
Thanks a lot, folks.
At the end of the day, when the shadows grow longer, the now is pushed aside, and the past grows stronger. When I think of the good times, all the hard times fall away, and it's the good times I remember. At the end of the day, sunlight dancing on the water as we walked along the sand, two heartbeats joined together in the palms of our hands. All the times we laughed at nothing for the sheer joy of laughter that swelled like a choir and echoed in the rafters. When I think of the good times, all the hard times fall away. It's the good times I remember at the end of the day. We were young and often careless with the treasure that we had, but somehow we pulled together whenever things went bad. As I stopped to count my blessings, many more than I can tell, each one shines like a jewel and rings like a bell. When I think of the good times, all the hard times fall away. It's the good times I remember at the end of the day. So many things that could have changed us sent us on our lonely way. But here we are together at the end of the day.
In the early morning rain, with $1 in my hand, got an aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand. I'm a long ways from home, and I miss my darling so. In the early morning rain, with no place to go, out on runway number 9, 707 said to go. But I'm stuck here on the ground, where the cold winds blow,
where the liquor tasted good, and the women all were fast. Well, there she goes, my friend. She's a-rolling down at last. Hear the mighty engines roar. See that silver bird on high. She's away and westward bound. High above the ground she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall, and the sun always shines. She be flying on my home in about 3 hours' time. This old airport sure got me down. You're no earthly good to me. I'm stuck here on the ground, cold and drunk as I can be. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train. So I best be on my way in the early morning rain. I best be on my way in the early morning rain.
The first time I met Gordon Lightfoot was at a piano store on Yonge Street, and I had brought a CD of my own with me to give to him. And I handed it to him, and I said, "This is my CD. I'd love you to check it out and listen to it." And his response was, "Are you going to sign it for me?" And it took me by surprise. I didn't expect him to say that, but he looked at me and he said, "Well, it's not a Gordon Lightfoot CD now, is it?" And at that moment, I learned a lot about humility, so I want to thank him. It's an honor to be here at Massey Hall to celebrate his music.
All I'm after is to be on your winning side. All I need is to be turning back the tide. Because I care too much for the life that I live. What you're thinking could be anybody's guess. All I'm after is the sun and summer nights by the seashore. Don't want no more neon light. Just the sand in the sky as the hours roll by. Ain't it funny All I'm after is to be the flame in your tattoo. Be the one girl who can thrill me through and through. This is just a guess, but I must confess it feels better being certain. Please excuse my truthfulness. What I'm seeing is worth believing when you thrill me like you do. So you wonder why my feelings never fade. I guess I got it made. In the evening when the rain begins to fall, that's when I wonder if you think of me at all. But you sound so sad in your own special way. Ain't it funny? Life is different with each new passing day. All I need is my reflection in your wild and windswept ways. Ain't it funny? Life is different every day.
Julian Taylor, folks.
We want to make every song a celebration. We've done a lot of playing with other people and learning songs, and we have never prepared for something like we prepared for this. We did 2 or 3 rehearsals on our own and then had the guests come so that we could, contour what we're doing a little bit to what the guest wanted. I think for people like myself and my band and roots musicians, he was a path to writing about your own stories and writing about where you've been and why it mattered to you. That was very inspiring to us.
Picking out the pieces of my sweet
Kathleen Edwards.
It's truly an honor to be here celebrating our iconic king of poetry, of truth-telling. This song feels more resonant than ever, unfortunately, when Gordon wrote this after the 1967 Detroit riots. It was banned in 30 stations across the US, and we're now seeing states across the US indeed try to ban history from their books and ban books, and Gordon was a beacon of truth-telling even when it was uncomfortable, so I'm very proud to sing this song with Blue Rodeo.
Black day in July, Motor City madness has touched the countryside, and through the smoke and cinders you can hear it far and wide. How the doors are quickly bolted and the children locked inside. Black day in July, black day in July, and the soul of Motor City is bared across the line. The book of law and order is taken in the hands of the sons of the fathers who were carried to this land. Black day in July, black day in July. In the streets of Motor City, there's a deathly silent sound as the body of a dead youth lies stretched upon the ground. Upon the filthy pavements, no reason can be found. Black day in July, black day in July. Motor City madness has touched the countryside, and the people rise in anger, and the streets begin to fail, and there's gunfire from the rooftops, and the blood begins to spill. Black day in July. In the mansion of the governor, there's nothing that is known for sure. The telephone is ringing and the pendulum is swinging, and they wonder how it happened, and they really know the reason. And it wasn't just the temperature, and it wasn't just the season. Black day in July, black day in July. Oh, the city's burning and the flames are running wild. Upon the world of the river and the lake, and everyone is listening and everyone's awake. Black day in July, black day in July, black day in July. Black day in July, the printing press is turning and the news is quickly flashed. You read your morning paper, and you sip your cup of tea, and you wonder just in passing, is it him or is it me? Black day in July, black day in July. In the office of the president, the deed is done, the troops are sent. There's really not much choice, you see. It looks to us like anarchy. And then the tanks go rolling in to patch things up as best they can. There is no time to hesitate. The speech is made, the dues can wait. Black day in July, black day in July. The streets of Motor City are quiet and serene, but the shapes of gutted buildings strike terror to the heart. And you say, how did this happen? You say, how did it start? Why can't we all be brothers? Why can't we live in peace? And the hands of the have-nots keep falling out of reach. Black day in July, black
Gord came down with his daughter Meredith to one of our shows at the amphitheater, and that was the first time we'd met him. And I gotta say, I was so nervous and excited about meeting him because he was so iconic. He was really the first Canadian artist to have that kind of success on such a large scale.
Please welcome Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson from Rush.
I think any Canadian that ever looked at music as something serious to enlighten, enlarge their lives, admired Gordon because he was an incredible songwriter, a great Canadian, one of those songwriters that was internationally respected and known but stayed in his home and native land. So that was another reason to admire him. And he was a very sweet man, so that made it easy. He wanted to talk to you. He had no airs about him. And he, one of the first things he would say to me is, "How many gigs did you do this year?" And I would tell him, and he'd go, "I did more." He had this little competitive thing. He wanted to be known as that guy who was on the road. He loved being on the road, and he prided himself doing the most gigs.
The way I feel is like a robin whose babes I've flown to come no more. Like a tall oak tree, alone and crying yet, when the birds have flown and the nest is bare. Now a woman, Lord, is like a young bird, and the tall oak tree is a young man's heart. Among his boughs, you will find a nesting when the nights are cool
Cummings, Lifeson, and Geddy from Rush.
Anybody here from Alberta? Welcome to Ontario. Clap your hands. That's better. Oh, the prairie lights are burning bright. The Chinook wind is moving in. Tomorrow night I'll be Alberta bound. And though I've done the best I could, my old luck ain't been so good. Tomorrow night I'll be Alberta bound. You know, when I met an airport at the Rocky Mountain sunset, it's a pleasure just to be Alberta bound. I long to see my next of kin to know what kind of shape they're in. Tomorrow night I'll be Alberta bound. Everybody, Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be, it's good to be Alberta bound. You got it, Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Is something you get onto. They say you gotta live there for a while. And if you got the money, you might find yourself a honey with a written guarantee to make you smile. Well, it's snowing in the city, streets are brown and gritty. I know there's pretty girls all over town, but they never seem to find me, and the one I left behind me is the reason that I'll be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Everybody, come on. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound.
The Good Brothers. Travis Good. We'd like to invite all of the singers tonight to come up on stage and do this finale song with us.
all night. To the young men that they knew on the summer side of life, going off to fight. And if you saw them now, you wonder why they cry all day long. He came down through fields of green on the summer side of life. He prayed all night. Then he walked into a house where love had been misplaced. His chance to waste. And if you saw him now, you wonder why he would cry all day long. And if you saw him now, you wonder why. And if you saw him now, you wonder why. If you saw him now, you wonder why. You would cry the whole day long. From all of us to all of you, thank you, Gord, for being Gordon Lightfoot. We love you and we miss you. Good night, everybody.
His songs are ubiquitous in this country. They talk of this country. They are part of the fabric of our culture. So I think he's just going to be one of those artists that is remembered for an eternity.